Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Well, you guys joining us now to talk about all of this and so much more, and obviously to talk about Minneapolis, because what a mess there. Let's go to the former governor of Illinois. We love him, Rod Blagojevich. Rod, it's so great to have you here. And I got to get your take on just, first off, the mess of what's happening in Minneapolis. And in the last few hours, Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, came out who's bragging that he has 40 lawsuits against the Trump administration, 40. And again went after ICE. J.B. Pritzker went after ICE. What is going on, Governor?
Well, those are frivolous lawsuits, 40 frivolous lawsuits from a feckless, ineffective mayor, an incompetent mayor. You're talking about the situations you have with Mamdani in New York. We've had to live with Johnson for the last several years. And because of that, we don't have a city that operates like it should. And what's happening in Minneapolis is what the Democratic Party has become. And they're, being funded by big wealthy donors, some of them like George Soros, who don't even live in the United States, to pay people to go out and protest and create chaos and create threats and dangers to law enforcement, which ultimately leads, not unexpectedly, foreseeably, to what happened recently with that poor guy that was killed and the woman, that poor woman who was killed. We, mourn their loss, but, we're talking about very delicate, dangerous situations where split-second decisions have to be made by law enforcement. And this, unfortunately, is what the Democrats want. I hate to say that about my party, because I still consider myself someone who was a Democratic governor, though I call myself a Trumpocrat. But this agitation is not organic. It's organized and it's funded by billionaire Democrats, and it's designed to create the havoc that's happening in Minneapolis, which ultimately led to the deaths of two people who were out there exercising, what they felt was their right, although in some cases maybe they went too far. But nobody wants to see anybody die. But I have to say this is the result of what the Democrats have created, and unfortunately, this is what has become of today's Democratic Party.
Governor Patterson.
Well, I'm wondering at this point exactly how far this is going to go, because it seems to become just the back and forth and the accusations are killing this country. They
are. Our country's very divided, Governor. It's nice to talk to you again. And it's very unfortunate.
Governor to governor.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. No, I think it's an unfortunate thing. I support the Dreamers Initiative. You have these families who came to America years ago, unlawfully, undocumented. The kids grew up in America. They've been working. They pay their taxes. They serve in the military. I think there has to be a resolution on the Dreamers. I think that's the right thing to do. And there's an opportunity for the Democrats who claim they're for that to make a political deal with the Republicans and with President Trump, where I'm sure Trump would be interested in making that kind of a deal. In fact, he offered that deal back in 2017, but a border wall, which Democrats used to be for, publicly anyway, in exchange for the Dreamers. And Schumer and Pelosi, I think, shocked Trump because he thought politicians would make deals that would serve the common good and help people. But he was shocked to see that the Democrats and their leaders had no interest in doing anything for the Dreamers if it meant they had to cooperate and work with Donald Trump. And nothing has changed with regard to the Democrat attitude towards this president, and it's unprecedented. Not since the Civil War has one party been so anti a president like they were with Lincoln and how they are now with Trump.
That's a powerful statement. Not since the Civil War. I will tell you, Governor, and I've known you a long time. We were in Belgrade together years ago. And I have never seen it either like this, where the vitriol is so strong. Like Larry Krasner, the DA in Philly, was saying, we're going to hunt ICE down. to say that kind of rhetoric. And it's all because it's a Trump policy. It goes back to what you just said. It's this Trump derangement syndrome on steroids. But to the governor's point here, it is so dangerous. I've never seen such a heightened, concerning environment where people will just say anything. And I feel like it's inspiring some very bad actors.
And it's by design. That's the sad reality. This is all politically motivated. It's designed to create the kind of chaos and civil disobedience, beyond civil disobedience that we're seeing in Minneapolis, that we saw somewhat in Chicago as well. It's not an accident, and it's politically motivated because the only thing the Democrats are offering the people is this, and opposition to Trump, and nothing that would actually improve the lives of people. And they have a great opportunity on the Dreamers if they're willing to do it, but they're not. They say they're for that, but they don't want to do anything that would help anybody if it means working with Trump.
And you know, Governor, I think that at this point, people like yourself and others around the country who are Democrats, who've known how to work with Republicans when we're in the majority and when they're in the majority, have got to get together and start to find a reasonable alternative to what we just watch getting worse and worse every day.
Well, Governor Patterson, thanks for saying that. You know, I sure would like to see you run for president. You'd be my vote in the Democratic primary.
Oh, thank you.
Here in Illinois in 2028.
I'll tell you that I don't understand. I don't
He's
understand.
ready. He's ready.
Rita,
There's nobody else, Governor. I mean, you are so far and above all these other Democrats today.
As long as you're with me, I'll do it.
I don't understand, Rita, why Jesse Ventura, former governor of Minnesota, came out and praised people who protest against ICE agents.
Well, a number of them do that.
Yeah. But this is a former governor that should be de-escalating the situation.
What about the current governor?
And
I want to know where the current governors are.
That's like, he's like pouring gasoline on the fire. You know, it's not necessary.
Your thoughts, Governor Blagojevich?
When Obama was the president, and I was the first Democratic governor to endorse Obama for president, I didn't do it for this reason, but he did the right thing. He deported a lot of people. He was considered the deporter-in-chief. He deported nearly 3 million people.
He caged
out of the Democrats.
Caged children. He caged children, and there were no protests about that.
They didn't care. Right.
They were in cages.
No support. And now that Trump does it, it's, they're creating civil disobedience and anarchy. And this Democrat Party is the Mamdani type Democratic Party. It's not the Democratic Party that wants to work constructively, to look out for the little guy and actually help people make their lives easier and less burdensome. This Democratic Party ain't the Democratic Party of Governor Patterson.
Yeah, or Governor Blagojevich.
You're right. Thanks for saying that. I got to tell you, Governor Patterson, I think I was like the best governor in Illinois history, in modern Illinois history, in spite of how it ended.
Yes, I agree.
I agree.
Yeah, we agree.
Absolutely.
We agree. Governor, thank you.
We like
touch,
your hair.
Governor.
Your hair was always in place.
Yeah, he's got great hair. Are you jealous?
Your head was always in place.
I have a full head of hair.
Fernando's jealous.
Well, Governor, thank you for coming on this Thursday night, and we always love having you with us. And would you tell us all what we all stand for? Would you help us with that?
We stand for truth, justice, and
the American way.
Yeah, you got to do it with us.
We're gonna do it right.
You ready? Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Truth, justice, and the American way.
Whoa!
Good night, Governor.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.